major story as a truckload of aggressive research monkeys escape after a crash in Mississippi. And yes, that is a real headline. I want to put it up here on Live Now from Fox, where Fox 2016 as a truck hauling monkeys from Tulane University in New Orleans flipped on a Mississippi highway, freeing several large monkeys. After the wreck, several monkeys escaped into the community, according to the Jasper County Sheriff's Office. The animals carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. For more on this, let's go out to Jonathan Seri with this report.
Monkeys carrying what?
Carrying hepatitis. The animals carrying hepatitis. The animals carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. The animals carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. For more on this, let's go out to Jonathan Seri with this report.
These monkeys could be dangerous.
Police in Jasper County, Mississippi were not monkeying around on Tuesday after a truck overturned, allowing primates to stage a jailbreak. It happened on I-59 near the town of Heidelberg, about 100 miles southeast of Jackson. The truck was carrying research monkeys from the Tulane University National Biomedical Research Center in New Orleans. It's not clear how many escaped when the accident happened, but they were all eventually hunted down and killed, except for 3 escapees, still on the lam in Jasper County.
We're going to do this quick because we don't need to be too close to these. We've got law enforcement with guns here where we are, and there's a reason for that.
But Tulane says there's no danger to the public, writing in a statement, quote, "The primates in question belong to another entity and they have not been exposed to any infectious agent." The university says it regularly provides primates for scientific research, and
have y'all just forgotten what y'all said? That y'all said the monkeys ain't dangerous, but these motherfuckers got all type of diseases and shit, right? What the fuck going on, y'all?
These monkeys were being transported by a third party. It's not clear why police were not informed sooner, but the sheriff's office issued a statement writing in part, quote, "The driver of the truck told local law enforcement that the monkeys were dangerous and posed a threat to humans. We took the appropriate actions after being given that information from the person transporting the monkeys." The animal rights group PETA condemned the incident as another example of bad actions by what it calls the greedy monkey experimentation industry.
I just want to know, were they the monkeys Dr. Fauci was experimenting on, ladies and gentlemen? Remember I told you he experimented on rats, monkeys, and mice, and then they took it to humans? I wonder, is these the monkeys that escaped, that Dr. Fauci was experimenting on, y'all? Y'all remember that? Hold on. I'm asking questions, y'all. Are they the monkeys that Dr. Fauci experimented on? Wow. I want y'all to see this. The monkeys was infested with deadly diseases in a Fauci-run lab and photographed by government white coats. So they photographed this shit. Y'all getting an exclusive. I told y'all we get deep into researching over here, ladies and gentlemen. White Coat Waste Project. Wow. Y'all getting exclusive. Since January 1st, 2020, a total of 388 non-human shit from Morgan Island to NIH. Exclusive. What is this here? going on there, y'all? Hold on.
Monkey Island. Growing up in South Carolina's Low Country, we always thought this was a retirement home or sanctuary for primates or monkeys that have been used in experiments. We'll come to find out after White Coat Waste did a FOIA request and gathered documentation. They're taking approximately 600 primates and monkeys and using them on scientific, gruesome, and barbaric experiments, much like the puppies that, by the way, Dr. Fauci never responded to our letter about the beagle puppies. So I might have to rename this island from Monkey Island to Fauci Island just to get a response on these things. It's crazy, it's barbaric, it's gruesome, and it's got to end. Right or left. This is an issue that can bring both sides of the aisle together. Morgan Island, also known locally as Monkey Island. Growing up in South Carolina's Low Country, we always thought this was a retirement home or sanctuary for primates or monkeys that have been used in experiments. We'll come to find out after White Coat Waste did a FOIA request and gathered documentation. They're taking approximately 600 primates and monkeys and using them on scientific, gruesome, and barbaric experiments, much like the puppies that, by the way, Dr. Fauci never responded to our letter about the beagle puppies. So I might have to rename this island from Monkey Island to Fauci Island just to get a response on these things. It's crazy, it's barbaric, it's gruesome, and it's got to end. Animals and animal experiments are not right or left. This is an issue that can bring both sides of the aisle together. Morgan Island, also known locally as Monkey Island. Growing up in South Carolina's Low Country, we always thought this was a retirement home or sanctuary.
See, now you heard that, goddammit. These motherfuckers is wicked, man. This is the one here, right, y'all? Experimenting on the motherfucking monkeys, rats, and what else, dogs and shit. Then they took that shit straight to the humans with that other experiment. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Know what I'm chatting about, mine. You know what I'm chatting about, 3 o'clock in the morning, mine. There it is there. Y'all see it. So they was the monkeys. Remember I kept saying the monkeys. Y'all probably thought I was talking about some of you ignorant niggas. Nah, we be having facts on shit, y'all. Look. Is that love or hate for that monkey? Ladies and gentlemen, is that love or hate for the monkeys? Up on that table. And they not dangerous. They don't propose a threat on the human people. Look. We got names, y'all. Play other players. We part of Doge, y'all. We unreveal that shit, y'all. Approximately 658 million of NIH funds. Wow. Facial years 2020 and 2021. What? COVID. They the diseases they made man-made. COVID, HIV, all this shit is man-made, y'all. All this shit was man-made in the lab. Where they tested this shit on monkeys first. Look. Y'all getting exclusive shit here, y'all. This the shit Doge be uncovering. Man. This the shit Doge be uncovering. God damn it. When we go get them facts for y'all. So we can talk that shit. You see this President Trump? You might already got it, though. Look. Look. How much money they been spending this shit, y'all. Wow. Exclusive. The reason why I did this video, you'll see why. We like to go deep, knee deep in the shit, you heard? What the hell we uncovering, y'all? I've said, the fuck are we uncovering around this motherfucker? Facts, that's what we doing. We uncovering facts. God damn it. Wow. Y'all want to get this report? I'm going to give y'all this report. Hold on. Go to report right here for the peoples. If you want to get the report, read the whole report. They nicknamed this motherfucker Monkey Island. It's where Fauci was doing them experiments on the monkeys and shit. But that's the report right there for those who want to get it. It's the young mother here that killed one of them Fauci monkeys in her backyard. Understand me? Let's get into the interview of the mother who killed one of them Fauci monkeys with diseases.
So first, can you spell your first and last name, please?
Jessica Bond, JESSICA-BOND.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, Ms. Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
I guess we'll start simple. What happened to you yesterday?
Well, I was sleeping for the most part, and my son heard the dogs barking because I had told him the night before, Saturday night, that I was hearing noises in the bushes. And I told him that it was strange noises. And I said, y'all just don't go outside. I said, if you do, let me know. So I guess he was alert and he was aware about the noises. So when he heard the dogs barking, he looked out the window and he called me and said, "Mom, the dog's outside barking at something." So I said, "Well, see what it is." You know, I was still in bed and I was getting out the bed trying to get my clothes. So he said, "Mom, it look like a monkey." So I said, "Well, I said, record it." I said, "Make sure, because, you know, so we could have proof of it, that it was in our yard." Because I didn't know if it was just running past or, you know, leaving or whatever. So he said, "I can't get a clear shot." He said, "But Mom, it's the monkey." So I said, "Oh snap! Let me get my phone and let me get my gun. Let me call the police and stuff." So when I come out, I got in my truck and I bagged up down this road and I stopped about right there. And he was on top of that bin right there, and he left from that bin and went and jumped on the railing of that porch. And I sat in my truck, and when I got out, I said, "Okay, you know, do I sit here and wait for it to run away, run to somebody else's yard? You know, I have a 3-year-old, and, you know, what if it come back out, you know, hide in the woods and come back out and try to attack her later on?" And, you know, she can't defend herself from a wild monkey, and all it takes is a little scratch for her to, you know, develop something. And we don't know what these monkeys have, because one minute they have this, and then the next minute Tulane is saying they don't have anything to avoid lawsuits and stuff. So, you know, I'm not going to take my chances with my baby versus infected animal. So I did what any mother would do, and I got out and I shot at the monkey, and he had a look like something was wrong with him. You know, it looked like something was wrong. And I love animals, and I have dogs, I have a cat, I have a rabbit, you know, and she has had a turtle. We love animals, so it's like not like I'm an animal killer, you know. I didn't want to just kill a thing, but I mean, it's my baby versus the animal, a dangerous animal at that, you know.
No, I understand. So when you call 911 or you call wildlife and forestry?
I called the game warden, and I called the 911.
Okay, so how did the call go with the game warden?
Well, they were just saying that they was going to send somebody out, you know, asking for the address, and that was basically it.
So you killed it before they got here?
Right.
Okay. So when they got here, did they do any cleaning up, or they just scooped it up?
Nothing. And then he picked it up off the porch and drug it through here and put it on the back of his pickup truck. You know, I would have thought he would have put it in a bag, you know, once he picked it up off the porch and put it in the bag. So now I have to disinfect and clean off everything through here, because, you know, you can't see where the blood trail is at. So, and then you would have thought that they would have came through and searched the woods in here and see if the other one is around.
Right.
The other one could have been sitting in the woods watching everything go down. You know, so...
I'm sorry.
Look, the other one might be mad at me.
Right.
You know, he might be somewhere watching. So, you know, it's crazy. You know, you can't just sit here and just say, "Oh, well, let me just put it in a cage and feed it until somebody shows up." You know.
So as far as the monkey's behavior, or I know you probably didn't get up close on it. Did you see anything on it that looked strange, out of the ordinary, or did it just look like a monkey?
Well, it had like tattoos on it. You could see a tattoo like on him, and it looked like a black spot. But like when you zoom in on the I'm sorry, I heard something. But when you zoom in, you could see like it was like a tattoo on it. And you know, these is lab rats basically. You know, they getting tested and poked on. You never know what they really have. You know, those 3 things that they name, that's probably just a few of the things that they have. And so
So how do you feel now? Today, it's a new day.
I mean, I hate that it happened because I do love animals, but you know, Tulane need to own up to it, and they need to get somebody out here looking for the rest of them.
Mommy,
you know.
you taller than monkeys.
Okay.
Pretty little
Is there
girl,
anything else you
man.
want to say?
Get out here and find the rest of these monkeys. And for all the people that's being rude and negative, get out here and search for the animals and find them yourself. So,
I don't think I have any other questions.
okay.